Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, wa salatu wa salam wa Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Start in the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And today is a very important topic that I have to talk about, and it is something that's reoccurring, and it's really what pushed me to have this video today is what happened yesterday in the Windsor's community in Ontario. There was a person who came just to give a speech at the Campbell Baptist Church, and it was very advertised, and he spoke with the title of The Threat of Islam. And pretty much he quoted verse from the Quran and saying, jihad and, kill infidels and this and that. Very reoccurring things that always happen throughout the new books, Martin Ling's and all these, the life of Muhammad and all these things that they always bring, the same recurring things that have been brought for 1400 years, these people bring. And subhanallah, I was, we were there, and it was a, it was a very hot atmosphere. Like, there was questions, and the person was pretty much, if I could sum up, was lying through his teeth. He was distorting. This person was a con artist. Okay, he was a con artist, and I really hope I can actually give you his name if you give me 1 second. But anyway, this person was a con artist, and what he did is he totally distorted the information. And I'll give you his name right now. His name is Zechariah. Zechariah Anani. Okay, suppose he's an ex-terrorist, okay, who embraced Christianity, okay, and he killed people, and now he's going around lecturing against Islam. So we have to actually question ourselves. First of all, his credibility, right? He attacks Islam, says murder. He himself murdered so many people. If that kind of state of mind of a person, okay, would you allow him to speak for you? They'd be like, oh, but he came back and this and that. Okay, maybe there's some problem with that person, okay? And you know what? Now he's just taking another avenue of like starting other people. He killed enough, and now he wants people to kill each other by instilling hate into him, okay? And this was labeled as a hate crime, okay? He preached only hatred against Islam, and Christians stood up for the Muslims and said, this is wrong, man. You're preaching hatred. You're trying to divide our community. And this was wrong, and anyone who has any kind of intellect, any kind of rationale would agree with me, okay? So, we look at these recurring statements. These people always, when it comes to Islam, they try to pull things out of context and say, look at Islam. Look at what Islam teaches. Look what the Muslims are doing. They're doing it always for Allah. It's always when a Muslim does something bad, and of course we cannot always overlook the socio-economical, political tension that's in the Middle East, for example, because a lot of these things come from the Middle East, right? So we find that, and even the ones who don't come from the Middle East come because of the Middle East conflict. So you would talk to psychologists and be like, you know what? That's a normal reaction from a person who's being killed. His family's being killed every day. Whatever. His house is being destroyed. His village was burned. He's being chased every day. He's on the verge of dying left and right. Yes, you know what? From a psychological point of view, this person can be crazy. It's a normal reaction when he goes and does such. But you have to look at where is the source of the problem. Who is causing these retaliations? And you will find your question right. You'll find your answer right there. Okay, who is causing these people to retaliate? So hold on. These people, are supposed to sit down and say, you know what? Well, come to our country, bomb us. It's okay. You love us. Bomb us. Kill us. Kill my daughter. Kill my wife. Anyone. But if I do something, Islam is wrong. Islam makes these people do. When the person in Montreal did the killing of I don't know how many people, and then he got killed, no one said it was Sikhism that made him do. He said this guy's crazy. Emeka Ezuko from Nigeria, aka Reverend King, set 6 people on fire yesterday. Okay, because he said Jesus gave him the power to judge sin. Did anyone say it was because of Christianity? No, he said this guy is crazy. Okay, when it comes to Muslim, Islam is crazy. There's something wrong with Islam. So we must ask ourselves why. Look at the person who did Oklahoma bombings. Anyone say it was Christianity that made them do? Look at the Crusaders. Anyone said it was Christianity? No. When it comes to Islam, it is always Islam. It's Islam's fault. It's not the people. It's not the people are not crazy. It's the Islam is crazy. That's the problem, subhanallah. This kind of behavior breaks any bridges of understanding that we've built so far. between Christians and Muslims and non-Muslims and any other nations, whatever religions you are, or we are, or anyone is. Okay, so we have to really understand when we hear these things, we should speak against. We say no, that's not the way. We have a proper dialogue. If we are out there for truth, we should really do it with the best. And what the Quran teaches us, do not argue with the people of Scripture except by the best means. Okay, the best. Don't speak bad words. Don't say this. Don't say that. When you talk on the subject of faith, talk nicely. What a good example. What a good advice from the Creator, from the Mighty God. Subhanallah. So we always must question a lot of these things that are happening, and the people, the light that the people are putting Islam into. And why? Why are they doing that? What are they trying to hide? Why are they scared of? They'll be like, oh, Muslims are trying to bomb this. Man, it's people. People, there's a difference. People who sometimes have a reason, okay, because they've been oppressed all their lives. They've been picking up enough dead sons and dead daughters every day, and they have nothing else to live for. And any psychologist, psychiatrist would say, you know what, that's a crazy, normal reaction. You can't blame those people for what you're doing. It's actually your fault because you're attacking, you're killing them, you're doing this. And when they come back and they try to defend yourself, the way you try to twist things around is as if they're the bad people, as if they're oppressing you. SubhanAllah, just think about it. Let's use our brain, man. We're not using our brain. Let's make this machine work. Why did God give us this machine? I'll give you one example. George Bush, his quote, what did he say? He said, God commanded me to strike Al-Qaeda. Okay, commanded him to fight these terrorists and this and that. Then he said, he commanded me again to do this and this, and I will solve the Middle East problem. He quotes in God's name. He said that God commanded him. SubhanAllah, how come this never comes out? Do you know that's George Bush's quote? If you can look through his quotes, okay? Do you know that George Bush quoted that? Do you know who else quoted that? Do you know Hitler quoted that we are doing God's work? I'm doing God's work. You know that was one of Hitler's quotes? Come on, man. When are we going to wake up? When are we going to wake up? When are we going to wake up? Whenever it comes to Islam, it's the religion, they're saying. But when it comes to anything else, it's not the religion, it's the people. The people are crazy. SubhanAllah, look at the injustice, the unfairness. How can you say that? You don't know what Islam teaches. This person who stood up yesterday, he didn't know, had no clue. Even though he says, I'm an ex-Muslim, I'm an ex-terrorist. He had no clue what Islam teaches. He was misquoting. He was taking things out of context. He was just twisting things around, hoping that no one would say nothing. But we know what? Alhamdulillah, praise be to God, people caught him off guard. He got caught off guard big time. And I'll tell you in my next video. Follow up in my next video, inshallah.